It wasn't just a simple cute moment on the Buckingham Palace balcony during the annual Trooping the Color Parade. It was a full cavalcade of cuteness that captivated the entire nation. Prince Louis, the youngest royal, always known for his charm and mischievous grin, took the spotlight again. Only this time, he did something that no one expected. At a grand public event, he uttered something about Queen Camilla that not only shocked those present, but sent ripples throughout royal circles and the media. This wasn't just another moment of endearing behavior. This small royal child, with his unfiltered honesty, sparked something far bigger, something that would reverberate throughout the palace and beyond. What could compel a 6-year-old to speak so openly about a figure as significant as Queen Camilla? How did one seemingly innocent remark cause such a stir? Stay tuned as we uncover the details of this momentous exchange and how it eventually led to half the royal family reportedly fleeing the country in the middle of the night. Born on April 23, 2018, Prince Louis Arthur Charles made his debut into the world in true royal fashion. The whole of London seemed to hold its breath as the nation watched, celebrated, and welcomed the newest heir to the House of Windsor. The streets rang out with jubilation, cannon fire filled the air, and crowds gathered in excitement for the arrival of this royal child. His name, chosen to honor both his grandfather, King Charles III, and a beloved figure in royal history, Lord Louis Mountbatten, carried heavy weight. It wasn't merely a name. Prince Louis was born into a legacy, and one that promised much. Despite his young age, he quickly became clear he was destined to have an undeniable charisma and legacy to fulfill. However, his journey was far from just one of privilege. It would soon become evident that Louis had an unparalleled charm, just like the royals who came before him. His christening, which took place on July 9, 2018, at the Chapel Royal in St. James's Palace, was yet another moment in Louis's early life that attracted national attention. A stunning royal affair marked by joy, love, and celebration. It captured the very essence of family, with Prince George and Princess Charlotte beaming proudly by their baby brother's side. That day, in the presence of key royal figures, one thing was unmistakable. Prince Louis was not just another heir to the throne. He was already becoming a beacon of light, playfulness, and positivity. As he grew up, the royal family continued to make efforts to provide their children with as normal an upbringing as possible. William and Kate were determined to show their children a balance between royal obligations and more traditional childhood experiences like playing outside, baking cookies, and gardening, simple joys that any child would enjoy. Whether in the extravagant surroundings of Kensington Palace or their more private countryside home in Norfolk, young Louis quickly became the heartbeat of the home. It was evident early on that while other royal children were prepared for lives full of royal responsibility, Louis was set to stand out, always with a smile and infectious energy. The youngest royal's debut at Trooping the Color in 2019 was a definitive moment in his royal life, solidifying his place in the hearts of the British public. His enthusiastic wave from the Buckingham Palace balcony stole the show, creating a viral sensation that captured the imaginations of those watching across the country. By the time the Platinum Jubilee celebrations of Queen Elizabeth II rolled around in 2022, Louis was already well established as a royal child who could bring joy with the simplest of gestures. From his animated expressions to his spontaneous playfulness, Louis captured the hearts of millions. His antics generated endless smiles, memes, and moments of lightheartedness that the public cherished. By 2021, Louis had taken the next step in his royal journey, beginning his formal education at Wilcox Nursery School near the family's Kensington Palace residence. At such a young age, his bright smile and curious nature left a deep impression on everyone he encountered. A sharp contrast to the heavy expectations of being a member of the royal family, Louis's engaging nature, paired with the advocacy his parents held for early childhood education, created a perfect harmony. His formative years might have been royal in many ways, but his parents worked hard to maintain a sense of normalcy. Playtime, outdoor adventures, and family time away from the palace were all essential to his upbringing. The royal family moved to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor by 2022, seeking to create more space and privacy for their growing children, with Louis adapting to his new school, Lambrook School, where he continued his academic journey. Throughout all these changes, Louis continued to charm the nation, maintaining his cheerful spirit and mischievous antics that delighted onlookers at public events. The events of September 2022, following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, were an undeniable moment of transition not only for the royal family, but for the monarchy as a whole. King Charles III ascended to the throne, and Prince Louis, now fourth in line to the throne, also entered a new phase in his royal journey. A monumental shift in the royal family's lineage. It marked him as the first British prince to follow his older sister in succession, an unexpected consequence of changes brought by the Perth Agreement. Following his grandfather's ascension to the throne, Louis was more a part of history than ever before. But the 2023 coronation of King Charles III would prove to be another unforgettable chapter. At the grand coronation ceremony, Louis was present with his family, once again providing a burst of youthful charm to an event steeped in centuries of tradition. Despite the grandeur of the occasion, his mere presence was a reminder of the vitality and the future of the monarchy. Despite being thrust into the formalities of royal life from an early age, it is Louis's playful and mischievous character that has made him such a public figure. Whether it's making faces during formal events or playfully disrupting his siblings at Christmas, it's Louis's infectious energy that adds a light-hearted touch to royal proceedings. But alongside this energetic character lies a closer, more personal side. His heartwarming relationships with his siblings, George and Charlotte. Prince Louis is especially close with Princess Charlotte, his older sister, who, as only an 8-year-old, already assumes the role of the protective and responsible older sibling. Their relationship, evident in their interactions and moments shared at public events, speaks volumes about their deep bond. For example, their time at Princess Kate's annual Christmas Carol service provided a touching display of mutual love and affection. Louis's confident walk through the grand Westminster Abbey, alongside Charlotte's nurturing influence, provided a window into their enduring relationship, cementing their connection. Prince Louis's bond with Prince George is different but just as sweet. As the eldest sibling and the future king, George naturally has more gravitas within the family. However, his younger brother Louis brings out George's lighter, more playful side. Their moments together reflect both their shared mischief and mutual respect. Whether sneakily sharing extra snacks or laughing during family outings, it's evident that these royal brothers have a closeness rooted in both respect and camaraderie. Despite the pressures and expectations of royal life, they display the unique connection all siblings share, something much more personal, innocent, and tender. Yet beneath all the royal banter and childish pranks, it's his candid, unfiltered nature that brought him into the spotlight, especially during moments with Queen Camilla. The monarchy often maintains formalities in its public interactions, but Louis's comments and actions added an authentic rawness rarely seen in royal circles. At a Christmas gathering hosted by Princess Kate, subtle tensions began to surface between him and Camilla, especially when Louis spoke in his typically direct manner. This was the moment that caught everyone's attention. He made a remark about Queen Camilla that reverberated across the royal world, and soon became a defining moment that highlighted a deeper undercurrent of complexity within royal dynamics. The incident, though unintentional, revealed the nuances behind royal relationships that the public would rarely glimpse. This unique candidness, coupled with the unprecedented moment that the young prince created, has further propelled Prince Louis into the hearts of millions, while adding a layer of intrigue to the complex web of royal relationships that continues to fascinate the public. The underlying complexities within the royal family go far beyond the public's perception of formalities and royal duties. Like any family, the members' relationships evolve over time, and as each generation matures, new dynamics unfold. The younger members of the royal family, including Prince Louis, often bring fresh perspectives that can challenge long-held traditions and even the established norms of royal life. While the more senior royals continue to fulfill their ceremonial roles, the youngest generation's experiences and personalities present a striking contrast, shaking up expectations and shifting how they are perceived. Prince Louis, as one of the youngest members of the House of Windsor, has quickly become a figure of public interest. Despite still being very young, his charm, playful demeanor, and relatability have made him a beloved figure in the media. There is something particularly endearing about his ability to bring humor and liveliness into every royal engagement, whether formal or not. His mischievous nature, cheeky grins, and sense of fun create moments of joy in often staid and structured royal events, making him stand out among his peers. But beneath his infectious energy, Louis also continues to demonstrate his unfiltered, candid personality, making his every interaction a source of fascination and delight to those who follow royal matters closely. From an early age, his bond with his siblings, Prince George and Princess Charlotte, has been particularly compelling. Their sibling relationship exemplifies warmth, responsibility, and a deep sense of camaraderie, providing a sharp contrast to the sometimes cold, calculated aspects of royal life. While George, as the eldest, naturally assumes a protective role, Charlotte has proven to be a guiding influence, often looking out for her younger brother. This role, as the responsible older sister, ensures that Louis adheres to the expectations of royal protocol while also balancing his mischievous spirit. Charlotte's watchful presence and natural leadership abilities have been most evident in public moments when she takes the lead, whether it's guiding Louis through royal duties or simply being by his side during public appearances, offering him a sense of comfort and security in what could otherwise be overwhelming situations. The support and love between George, Charlotte, and Louis is palpable during family outings and formal events, which offers a rare glimpse of royal children as individuals with their own personalities and quirks. Despite the pressures of public attention, they appear as relatable siblings who share laughter, private jokes, and the bonds formed through common experiences, just like any other young siblings might. Whether it's attending charity events or participating in family engagements, the royal children's unity and teamwork shine brightly, making them resonate deeply with the public and dispelling some of the distance typically felt when it comes to royalty. As the youngest of three, Prince Louis holds a unique and special place in the family. His vitality and charisma have been increasingly visible since he became part of public royal events. He has a natural ability to steal the limelight, whether he is making faces at formal events or expressing his genuine joy at family gatherings. His ability to inject fun into serious moments often brings levity to an otherwise well-guarded royal sphere, making him a delightful presence to many who follow royal news. Though he may be cheeky, he has captured hearts not only through his antics, but also through the simple sincerity of his interactions with his family, particularly his adoring mother, Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton, renowned for her practical and nurturing parenting style, has worked diligently to strike a balance between her royal responsibilities and maintaining an environment where her children can enjoy their childhoods to the fullest. Known for her love of the outdoors, Kate's influence on Louis is evident, as he appears to thrive in natural settings. Whether it is exploring the sprawling grounds of Adelaide Cottage, the family's home, or assisting his mother in gardening projects. For Louis, these simple pleasures, like watching a flower bloom or jumping in puddles after a storm, provide endless moments of happiness. His penchant for finding joy in the ordinary is an attribute that has been nurtured by his mother, who also enjoys similar outdoor adventures. But the Middleton influence goes beyond just encouraging a love for nature. Kate's creative side extends into baking, art, and various other activities that help spark her children's imaginations. At the same time, Kate is adept at handling the more spirited, rambunctious sides of Louis. His constant energy, famously described as that of a wild child, keeps her on her toes. Whether he's dancing around the kitchen with Charlotte, getting into trouble by trying to keep up with his older brother, or engaging in moments of pure mischief, Kate takes it all in stride. Instead of discouraging this behavior, she embraces it, turning every chaotic moment into a cherished family memory. Through her efforts, Kate has created an environment where Louis feels encouraged to explore his energetic, creative personality while still receiving the love and structure necessary to thrive. While much attention is given to Kate's contributions as a mother, Prince William also plays a key role in shaping Louis's upbringing. Despite his demanding royal duties and high-profile commitments, William remains deeply involved in his children's lives, ensuring they are not subjected to the pressures of being royal at the expense of their emotional well-being. In particular, his playful, light-hearted relationship with Louis shines through in public moments as well as behind the scenes. While William is seen guiding Louis through the more formal aspects of royal life, he is just as likely to laugh along with his son's antics in private. This balance of firm guidance and humor is reflective of the positive environment that William works to create for his children. Louis's natural humor, joyful spirit, and deep affection for his family reflect the love and stability fostered by both of his parents, grounding him despite his heightened public profile. But the support for Louis's upbringing does not stop at just his parents. The Middleton side of the family provides another layer of care and comfort. At the Middleton home in Berkshire, Louis has the opportunity to enjoy a more grounded, less royal-focused childhood. His maternal grandparents, Carol and Michael Middleton, particularly influence his life, ensuring that he experiences life away from the pomp and circumstance typically associated with royal duties. Carol is known for her hands-on approach in the lives of her grandchildren, always engaging them in activities that keep them grounded, from baking treats to gardening. For Louis, these activities provide a sense of normalcy and deep connection to his family, independent of the public spotlight. Michael Middleton, known for his calm and quiet nature, provides moments of peaceful reflection, whether during walks in nature or simply sharing quality time with Louis. Even King Charles III, despite his own heavy royal responsibilities, plays an active role in Louis's upbringing, bonding with him over shared interests such as gardening and storytelling. With his passion for nature and a love of the world around him, Charles shares a special relationship with his youngest grandson. These interactions reflect not only a passing on of family traditions, but also a deeper connection, one built on warmth, shared lessons, and simple pleasures of everyday life. However, despite all the warmth and affection that Louis enjoys with his immediate family, there remains a noticeable absence in his relationships, specifically with Queen Consort Camilla. Unlike his open and playful relationships with other family members, there appears to be a noticeable gap in his bond with Camilla. Many speculate that this absence stems from the tense history between Camilla and Prince William, which has been shaped by the scandal surrounding Diana's marriage. William has consistently expressed loyalty to his late mother, and his continued emotional connection to her may subtly influence his family's dynamic with Camilla. Some even argue that Louis, with his perceptive nature, may be distancing himself due to this unspoken tension, perhaps sensing that there is something amiss in the interactions with Camilla. The Queen Consort's attempts to integrate into the royal family have been met with mixed reactions. Although she has gained public approval for her charity work and unwavering support for King Charles, her relationship with the younger royal generation seems less pronounced, especially in her interactions with Louis. Some have suggested that Louis's distance might simply be a natural consequence of his age, or because of the minimal role Camilla has played in his young life thus far. Alternatively, others speculate that Louis may sense subtle discomfort, especially given his closeness with his other family members. In this light, William's role as a protective father takes center stage. Determined to safeguard his children from any underlying tensions or emotional complexities within the family, he shields them from situations where they might feel uneasy or unsure. It seems highly likely that these personal dynamics, grounded in family history and complex relationships, may shape not just the public portrayal of the royal family, but also the personal experiences of the younger generation as they grow up in the public eye. With each passing year, the young royals will continue to navigate the intersections of love, loyalty, and duty. Prince William has always been deeply aware of the pressures and intense scrutiny that come with growing up in the royal spotlight. As a result, he has made a concerted effort to protect his children from these challenges, especially considering the turbulent experiences he faced as a child himself. One of his central commitments has been to offer them a stable, grounded childhood, free from unnecessary complications or public intrusion. If William still carries any unresolved feelings toward Camilla, it's not difficult to understand why he would maintain a certain distance between her and his children, wanting to shield them from any tensions or difficulties that might arise. He understands the importance of nurturing his family's well-being and avoiding distractions that could upset the peaceful upbringing he wishes for them. His children, especially the youngest royal, Prince Louis, seem to follow suit with his careful nature, as his observant disposition suggests he may already be mirroring his father's cautious approach. Despite speculation that tensions exist between Louis and Camilla, moments have occurred where it seems their relationship is more harmonious than the media might suggest. A standout moment took place during the Christmas Day walk to church at Sandringham when Louis, only 4 years old at the time, captured everyone's attention. As the young royal strolled alongside Camilla, observers noted how she placed a gentle hand on his back, guiding him along as they chatted. Louis appeared completely at ease, flashing his characteristic grin, leading some onlookers to wonder if there might be a bond between the two that goes beyond the surface. Such moments certainly complicate the narrative of distance or tension, suggesting a nuanced relationship that may not be fully visible to the public eye. In another instance, while Camilla was visiting the Isle of Man, she commented with a warm smile on Louis's spirited nature, calling him quite a handful. Her candid acknowledgement of his lively personality was met with laughter, creating a light-hearted connection that added depth to their public interactions and hinted at a level of understanding between step-grandmother and grandson. However, not everyone is convinced that these moments of warmth are completely genuine or spontaneous. Some observers suggest that Camilla, fully aware of the public's sensitive view of her role within the royal family, might carefully craft her interactions to project an image of closeness, even if that bond may not come as naturally as it seems. This perspective adds another layer of complexity to her relationship with the younger royals, as many see it through the lens of public perception. The candidness of young Louis's behavior seems to throw this consideration into question. For example, at Kate's Christmas carol service at Westminster Abbey, the royal family's members were all invited to participate in the event by writing messages of appreciation to be hung on a kindness tree. While Louis's card expressed gratitude toward his maternal grandparents, acknowledging the games they played with him, it omitted any mention of Camilla, which caught the attention of many. The situation took an unexpectedly dramatic turn when someone playfully asked Louis why Camilla wasn't on his card. In what could only be described as a child's unfiltered response, Louis reportedly answered without hesitation, "She's lying." This blunt comment sent shockwaves through the room, with Kate and William visibly stunned by the audacity and directness of the young prince's remark. In a bid to diffuse the uncomfortable moment, Kate quickly whispered to Louis, likely trying to steer him back on course. William's reaction, meanwhile, consisted of exchanging a quick, unreadable glance with Camilla, whose typically composed demeanor momentarily faltered. This highly unusual moment, often referred to as a royal slip, quickly filled the room with an eerie tension that cut through the festive atmosphere. What started as a light-hearted gesture from a young child turned into an awkward and revealing family moment, exposing perhaps the friction or discomfort that lingers in their relationships. Louis didn't stop there, as his sharp honesty continued to be felt in the room. When asked further, he elaborated on the earlier comment, explaining that Camilla had promised to play games with him, but had subsequently called him annoying and asked him to leave. Furthermore, Louis went on to describe how he saw Camilla sitting alone doing nothing. Such remarks, while coming from a young child, raised significant eyebrows and became the subject of public and media scrutiny, fueling speculation that something deeper might be at play. What seemed like a harmless display of childish honesty inadvertently pulled back the curtain on the real family dynamics that the royal family carefully manages behind closed doors. With such an unflinching and direct response from Louis, It could be said that his remarks highlight underlying tensions between the younger royal and Camilla. While Lewis's comments were undoubtedly an innocent expression from a child who doesn't yet understand the complexities of royal diplomacy, they seem to validate some critics' suspicions that Camilla's interactions with her step-grandchildren might not carry the same warmth seen in other royal relationships. Despite Camilla's extensive charity work, her efforts to gain acceptance from the public, and her portrayal as a supportive spouse to King Charles, it seems there may still be an underlying question about how she fits into the larger royal family structure, especially when it comes to her relationships with the younger generation. The royal family has always placed great importance on appearances, but Lewis's spontaneous, honest remarks shed light on the complexity of relationships within a high-profile family. It's important to consider that children like Lewis are notoriously outspoken and unfiltered. Their honesty is often a refreshing departure from the carefully constructed, polished public personas of their parents. While the public has often praised Lewis's boisterous personality, moments like the one at the carol service have highlighted how his comments also carry a weight of insight. His remarks cast a shadow over what was meant to be a joyful, harmonious family moment, as a child's innocent opinion inadvertently turned into an uncomfortable reflection of possible family dynamics. The public has been quick to scrutinize moments like these, leading to renewed speculation about Camilla's role within the family and whether her efforts to bond with her step-grandchildren have been truly successful or merely part of a well-planned royal strategy. Indeed, family dynamics are often complicated, and nowhere are they more complex than in blended families such as the royal family. Camilla's position as both stepmother to Prince William and step-grandmother to his children is undoubtedly delicate, requiring a careful balance of tradition, public image, and personal connection. Yet, family traditions also play a part. The Middletons, known for their close-knit, affectionate relationship with their grandchildren, foster an atmosphere of warmth and openness, contrasting with the more formal nature of the royal family. Lewis, growing up in this comfortable, family-oriented environment, has naturally bonded with his maternal side. It's reasonable to assume he might find his relationship with Camilla more challenging, given her reserved nature and the public perception she cultivates. The gulf between the affectionate Middleton family and the formality of royal life is hard to ignore, particularly when seen through the eyes of a young child. If moments like the Christmas carol service comment from Lewis aren't isolated instances, but instead part of a larger family dynamic, they shed light on the complexities of royal relationships in ways that go beyond the polished image often portrayed to the public. Camilla has made genuine efforts to carve out a space within the royal family, but the true depth of those efforts, especially with the younger generation, remains unclear. Lewis's blunt honesty sparked a larger conversation, not just about Camilla's relationship with him, but about the broader challenges faced by blended families. In this ever-evolving narrative, it remains to be seen whether moments like Lewis's comment point to deeper tensions, or whether they're simply a child's playful slip, a passing comment that, much like royal life itself, will be scrutinized and dissected by those keen to understand the true story behind the facade of royal family life.